Now we have here task 4, shifting left. Security can now be easily integrated because of the visibility and flexibility that DevOps introduces. You might have heard of the concept of shifting left. This means that DevOps teams focus on instilling security from the earliest stages in the development lifecycle and introducing a more collaborative culture between development and security. Since security can now be introduced early, risks are reduced massively. In the past, you would find out about security flaws and bugs at the very largest stages. Even in production, they are leading to stress, rollbacks, and economic losses. Integrating code analysis tools and automated tests earlier in the process can now identify the security flaws during early deployment. In the past, security testing was implemented at the end of the development cycle. As the industry evolved and security functions were introduced, security teams would perform various analysis and security testing in the final stages of the life cycle. Depending on the results of security testing, it would either permit the application to proceed for deployment into production or reject the application and pass it back to developers for remediating the flaws identified. This resulted in long delays in development and friction between teams. Implementing security measures during all stages of the development life cycle, or shifting left, rather than at the end of the cycle, will ensure the software is designed with security best practices built in. By detecting security flaws early in the development, remediation costs are lower and there will be no need to roll back changes as they are being addressed on time. This reduces cost, builds trust, and improves the security and quality of the product. Why we are shifting left? Back in the day, before Agile, developers would request infrastructure from IT and receive servers weeks or months later. Nowadays, this provisioning of infrastructure in the cloud is automated. This shift has improved development productivity and speed. However, this increased the velocity can spark security concerns and lead to flaws that can go unnoticed. So we can see here, traditional quality model, the shifting left model, from plan, develop, test, deploy, release, monitor, and analyze. The shift left approach ensures these flaws are caught early by introducing processes from the start. In this fast-paced environment, post-development security reviews of new software versions or analysis of cloud infrastructure configurations become a bottleneck. Even when problems are discovered, there is not enough time to remediate them before the next version of feature is introduced. To keep up with customer needs, they need a fast-paced environment for scaling and growth. Security is at risk of being left behind. Instilling security in the beginning and adapting security testing to become flexible and adapted to the development lifecycle increases the chances of addressing things promptly. This development approach to shifting left in DevOps can be referred to as DevSecOps. With DevOps, security gets to be introduced early in the development lifecycle, and this minimizes risk massively. Integrating code analysis tools and automated tests earlier in the process can lead to better identification and elimination of security loopholes, and as the software gets to the deployment stage, everything works smoothly as anticipated. Security is not an add-on, it's a must-have design feature. Blending security in DevOps would enhance the impact of DevOps and eliminate a lot of other bottlenecks that could arise otherwise. With the rise in the frequency of cyber threats and tightening regulations, adding security to DevOps is not a choice now but indeed an obligation. And we can read some additional. Okay, so I've already checked that out. What term is it used to describe accounting for security from the earliest stage in the development life cycle? Earliest shifting left, shift left. What is the development approach where security is introduced from the early stages of development lifecycle until the final stages? DevSecOps.